put the dates up like right there and look real fancy. We get the little ticker bar right here. Sweet. And that will be all for the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. Make sure to come check it out. Don't like that. Oh my gosh, is that Jesus? He had a whole effect ready. That was impressive. Wow, I'm white. Is that a good take? Too far away? Now I look weird. Hey, look, it's Mr. Dresang. Woo! As you can see, but to whoever's editing this, I'm so sorry.
Hello, and welcome to NCTV. Today we will be talking about the newest production coming from the drama department, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
As well as covering the Veterans Assembly that happened this last Monday.
Since we're at NC this episode, we'd like to give the audience a special treat and throwback to Weather with Zach.
We also have a story on women's basketball and then a live interview from writer Alexandra Flowers.
Then to end the episode, we have a wonderful performance from Montrese Kelly.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Now, oh wait.
Hello, my name is Cameron Allender, and I play William Barfay in the upcoming musical, the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. No, it is not an actual spelling bee. It is a musical about a spelling bee. Yes, it is very convincing, and the title does not help anyone. We are all equally frustrated.
We're working on the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. It's a musical written by William Finn and Rachel Scheinken. It is hilarious. It is about 6 middle schoolers who are competing at the Putnam County Spelling Bee to represent their county at the National Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C. It's got some really outrageous characters. The words that they have to spell are outrageously difficult, and the definitions and sentences are supremely funny. I first saw this show at the International Thespian Festival and thought that this would be a perfect show to bring to Natrona County High School's audiences. It's a little bit naughty, but a whole lot of fun. Each night, we will have volunteer guest spellers from the audience and a different guest Jesus that's a teacher at the school. So it's going to be a good time. We have 2 casts in this show, so we double cast it. So depending upon which night you come, you might see a different cast. So come multiple nights. Oh, and this year, it's all free thanks to the school district giving us a grant. So we're really excited about it. The shows are November 15th and 16th at 7 p.m. and November 21st and 22nd at 7 p.m. And then there are 2 matinees on the 16th and the 23rd. Both of those are at 2 p.m.
As you can see behind me, they're hard at work practicing. Make sure to come check out all the fruits of their labor at the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. That's all for NCTV.
So it's not a spelling bee?
No, why would the drama department put on a spelling bee for another county?
I don't know.
Well, either way, I recommend going to at least support the drama department and all of their hard work. Remember, tickets are free. It's just up to you to come.
Next up, a story on Veterans Day and the school assembly that came with it.
That's for Veterans Day, which is one of the reasons that all Route City cadets are supposed to be in uniform, as you can see. But I feel like Veterans Day is an important holiday to celebrate, especially when it comes to the veterans who work at our school. Like, say, Mr. Youngs, for example, he was part of the Army, I think, and he was a medic, so he'd seen, war, and he'd seen a bunch of stuff that none of us would understand unless we were there. The American flag is a representation of everything that our gentlemen fighting overseas are fighting for. Like, it represents our freedom and also represents everything that we've been through. Like, the whole 13 stripes represents the original 13 colonies, the 50 stars representing the 50 states. It shows true valor in our country, and it shows that we're fighting for something that we truly believe in.
Whereas in 1919, November 11th, on the one-year anniversary of the signing of the armistice, which brought an end to that war. And whereas President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed legislation in 1954, which proclaimed every November 11th as a day of honor to honor all veterans of the United States Armed Forces, and whereas it is with gratitude that we recognize and honor these citizens who selflessly served their country on land, sea, and in the air.
It's important to honor the people that put their lives on the line for us every day, and even the ones that protect us from home.
Next up, the man, the myth, the legend. It's Weather with Zach.
You know, I appreciate that kind of intro. Thank you all so much for watching NCTV, and good morning, Mustangs. Of course, as always, my name's Zago Nago. I'm here to bring you the weather today, and actually, let's give me one sec. Let me check this. It's looking pretty nice today. I recommend you go check it out. Unfortunately, that's all we're going to have for today for weather, but who knows? This could be a recurring thing. We might come back to it. Again, thank you all so much for supporting NCTV, and back to you guys over at the desk.
The weather, Zach.
Onward to a story about our women's basketball team.
I'm Haley Gibson, Haley Gibson. I'm in 12th grade.
And just act like you're having a normal conversation with me. I know I don't know you, but like,
That's okay.
we're friends now.
Yeah.
We gotta do this interview. Alright, so what is your favorite part about playing?
I love playing with my team, and just getting to compete. I love to compete, so yeah.
I hear you guys are really close. Your team is.
Yeah. We're all we're all best friends, so it makes it fun to just become like a family after playing for a while, so.
Yeah, that's always an awesome thing.
Yeah.
When and why did you start playing?
I started playing probably 3rd grade, and my sister played, and it always looked fun, and my parents were like, you should try it, so I did, and then I've loved it ever since.
What team are you most excited to play against this year?
Probably Kelly Walsh, just because I really want to beat them and win the Peach Basket, so.
When is the Peach Basket?
February.
Okay.
Yep.
I forget about that every year, but then when it comes around, I'm like, oh, it was yesterday?
Yep.
But I'm really excited about this year.
Thank you, Haley, for that great interview. Our next segment is an interview with the writer of Papas with Ponytails, a wonderful memoir from what I'm told. So, my name is Ryoko.
Hi, Ryoko. I'm Alexandra Flowers.
And what is your new book about?
Well, my book, Papas with Ponytails, is really an autobiography. I had a child who was stolen when he was only 2 years old, taken to a foreign country, and was unable to return with him. And it goes into what it was like losing a child and also how to cope with that loss over the years.
How did you cope with that loss?
That's a really good question. I tried alcohol. It didn't work very well. So the book talks about recovery. I went from actually a really shy, insecure girl to a much more confident woman. And there's just a lot of information in the book that I'm hoping people will really get inspired by.
What was it like living through that?
It was difficult. It was difficult even writing it all down. We all have a lot of pain and heartbreak in our lives. Not everybody is able to write it down, which I was able to do and look forward to sharing with everyone. There's a lot of ups and downs. Life is a roller coaster ride, and I've never really been very fond of roller coasters, but I definitely have taken the ride.
So, how did this experience help you become who you are today, besides what you've already told me?
Sometimes we have to go through a lot to really learn who we are today, so it's really difficult to answer that question in such a short interview. But hopefully in the book, people will find out more. Recovery helped me a lot. Learning that I don't have to have drugs and alcohol to help me to cope with life. And learning things about myself that caused me to need other things to help me cope with life. I managed to fulfill lifelong dreams, went back to school and got 2 college degrees. That helped my confidence level, helped me to feel better about myself. And ultimately, my son managed to escape the country that he'd been kidnapped to illegally, and the book talks about that, so it'll be interesting for people to read that story, that part of the story.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and allowing us to share this experience with you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Our last segment of the day is an absolutely entrancing dance from Montrese Kelly.
Hey, my name is Montrese Kelly.
They could do all they can do, but they can't break unbreakable. They scared to face the truth because they hate the view. They taste the juice. I hope it make them puke. I'm breaking loose. Should I throw up the dot, throw up the dot, throw up the dot?
Since I was 3 years old.
And be afraid of poo. I made the loot when money.
But yeah, I'm self-taught.
Gave them proof. Sometimes feel like my head is screwed. Twisted like.
My brother, he's a boxer, and he does fights down at the fairgrounds. And like during like halftime, I would go in the ring and dance and stuff. And that song was called Can't Be Broken by Lil Wayne, remixed by the Les Twins.
Wow, that was crazy.
That'll be all for today.
Thank you all for watching.
And we hope you enjoyed the show.
It's Veterans Day, so now the whole entire ROTC companies are now putting up flags all the way around the school for our fallen veterans and any active deployed military members.
Okay. Honoring our veterans is something that every American should do here on, especially on Veterans Day. We're putting these flags out here to honor our veterans here that have served teachers and staff at NC and all around Casper.
How do you go down from here? Top.
We'll work on that out there.
Yep.
When you look over here, you'll see the young lady that is teaching them, showing them how to do the rifles and everything over there. 3rd generation junior ROTC cadet. Her daughter is on that color guard. She commanded my competition color guards when she was in high school here.